Have you lost hope? Now, when I say lost hope, I don't really mean anything related to like deep depression or feeling overwhelmed to a detrimental extent. But sometimes we can find ourselves at certain places in life to where the glimmer, the hope, the excitement has been dimmed. It's dwindled a bit. Sometimes we go through things in life and we might feel that, okay, so I was in this relationship and it didn't work out. But if I really look at it, when you walk away, you're like, okay, well, I wasted time. A lot of people think that, but I tend to think that there's lessons in every interaction. So it's not a waste of time. But averagely, it's like, okay, I wasted time, I wasted energy, blah, blah, blah. So I lost those things. I can't get them back. Those are going to be things I have to learn to digest and accept and forgive myself for giving away. But what if you gave away something even more than that you cannot see in the moment? Because many times we walk away from these situations or circumstances, or say it's a toxic job or an overwhelming friendship or family relationships that always seem to have some type of problem or disappointment or something like that, and so we walk away from it. We turn our backs to it. We take it off the front burner and put it on the back burner. But what we don't realize is that there was a lot more that we gave away that we didn't even realize in the moment. We felt like it was only time. We felt like it was only a little bit of energy. We felt like it was only a little bit of attention. We felt like it was only a little bit of money. But each time we experience things, we go through these events that are less than optimal for what we would like to experience, for what our true essence wants to experience. For whatever reason, we stayed or we hung out or we connected when everything in us was telling us, no, this is not it. This is not the job. This is not the friend group. These are not the family members. This is not the relationship. But because of these misplaced loyalties, is what I'll call them, we tend to stay longer than what we should in different environments. But what we don't understand is that beyond time and beyond energy, these events are chipping away at something that's much, much more important, that's much more grand, and that's much more needed for us to continue to expand and to grow and to manifest the lives that we want to live. And that's hope. So when I say, are you feeling hopeless or are you in the hopeless zone? I don't mean that you've completely given up on everything and nothing is good. I mean, has that glimmer, has that light in your eyes sort of dimmed a little bit over time? See, many times we don't realize that we're giving away so much more, or I like to say giving away, but we can say lost. We've lost so much more than what it appears to be on the surface. We gave away so much more of ourselves than it appeared that we gave away on the surface. I was looking through my Cash App the other day, and just every now and then I send my daughters money just because they need to do things or go places or whatever. And I clicked on this name and I looked at how much was sent to this person over the years when I was connected with them, but I'm not anymore. And I thought to myself, like, this never even occurred to me. Like, a lot of people would walk away and think, hey, what happened to that money? What happened to what I put into this situation? What happened to what I invested? But I never ever even looked or checked, and it's been a long time. I just was curious in that moment. Never even thought to pay attention to that. And it's because I know that there are things that are much more important that we lose access to over time when we are connected and when we are entangled with the wrong people and in the wrong environments and in the wrong spaces. This type of hopelessness can really lead to a day to day feeling of, didn't I used to believe in that? Didn't I used to get excited about that? Didn't I used to feel like nobody could tell me that thing wasn't possible or that thing wasn't going to happen? What happened to that version of me? What happened to the version of me that you couldn't talk out of? There is a thinking stuff in which everything is created, permeates and penetrates the inner spaces of the universe. A thought in this substance can produce the image that is impressed upon it. Like, that has always been a mantra that I've held dear. And it's not because I was like delusional or woo woo. There is a genuine belief. But I've experienced things, and if you are not paying attention, going through the motions and being around people and places and environments and experiences that do not believe that what you desire is possible, that do not believe in hope, that do not believe in faith, that do not believe in the unseen, the non tangible, if you in, entangle yourself in those types of environments for too long, you will lose a lot more than some time and some energy and some peace. It goes so much deeper than that. The desire that we have and the goals that we set and the purpose that we are driven by in this life, that is gold. That is diamonds. It's even more precious than diamonds. It is cultivated over time. I don't come from a background of believing in any and every desire that you have. There were limitations put on it all the time. There were definitely financial limitations put on it all the time. So it took me from my early 20s through many, many years to gather and to practice the mindset of what I desire can be real. And then seeing those things show up for me over and over and over again in life in divine timing. It was a reprogramming, a re understanding of how this world operates, of what I have access to, of what is possible. But when we allow certain people, places, and environments to infiltrate our thought process, we lose. We lose a lot more than time, money, energy. We lose that glimmer of hope. We lose those belief systems that we know are real, that we know are faith filled, that we put time and energy into developing and creating over time. I have been in relationship with people, and this is even romantic relationships, where they did not believe in the mindset that I hold dear to. And sometimes people just don't have to believe. They've always done everything by the book. They go to the job, they get the paycheck, they go pay the bills, they save the other money, they show back up at the job every single day. I didn't have that luxury when my daughters were young. I didn't have that luxury to go to somebody's 9 to 5 and miss out on their entire childhood and then wonder why they're raised with certain ideas or certain mindsets or certain belief systems that I did not help cultivate for them, that I did not stand in the gap for and make sure that they have the mindset they need to succeed in this world. Nobody was going to give me that. I had to position myself for that. Do you know how often I sat in that house the house that we lived in for 10 years and recited mantras and wrote in journals and did meditation and prayed from morning to night and walked through the house and put blessings on the place and put blessings over my children while they were sleeping? Because I knew that I wasn't getting up to go to somebody's 9 to 5 tomorrow. So if our needs were going to be met, it was going to be through supernatural experiences. And let me tell you, they were met all the time. They were met through places and people and environments that I had no idea even knew that I needed anything, that I could use anything. As much as I wanted to grasp at straws and control what happened from day to day and week to week, I just didn't have that luxury. All I had was hope. All I had was faith. All I had was that belief system that I was cultivating on an everyday basis. It was literally sink or swim. It was either you believe in this and you practice what you preach, you practice what you understand, you know the creator that you serve and what the creator is capable of, much bigger than what you can do in your own hands, in your own life. And you just have to relax. You have to walk through this season with your head held high, with that glimmer of hope, with that faith deep inside of you, and know that everything is always working in your favor, no matter what it looks like. That is what I cultivated. But when I came up against people in environments that were so in resistance to that level of thinking, and it's fear for some people because they've never seen it work that way. They've never seen it operate that way. And they're just like, seems like you're just waiting for handouts. And that's not the case. I got people to ask me to do contract work for teaching a class here, or contract work to write a blurb for something or a blog, contract work to develop a video production. That's one thing you'll do when you have that time on your hands, when you are in a mode of creating hope and tapping into your faith and truly believing the creator that we serve and what the creator is capable of. You will gain a lot of talents. I have a lot of talents, a lot of skill sets, things that I've been doing since I was 19, 20 years old. Video production, video filming, writing, editing, um, graphical art, creating layouts, teaching classes, creating curriculum, creating workshops from beginning to end, writing speeches, writing lectures, writing other instructors' lectures. I have a large toolbox to reach into. So, yeah, you cultivate those things over time. So, when I was running into these people, they were like one note people. They had one skill set, and that was to show up at a job, which was fine. I'm not crashing on it. But the problem comes in is when they try to impose that mindset on you. And this is for some of you because it's not going to be for everybody. But if you are anything like the way I am, sometimes in certain environments it can be soul sucking. It's like I didn't care how the paycheck look. I can't walk in this place every single day and give all this time and energy to it. It's like that's just not going to be something I'm going to do. I want to be paid for the talent. I want to be paid for the skill. I don't want to be paid for my time. My time is precious. You can't buy my time. But what you can do is buy a video that I can produce for you. You can buy a layout that I can create for you. You can buy a graphic that I can design for you. You can buy a speech that I can write for you, but my time, I don't want to give away my time to people 9 hours a day and stuff. And that's all some people knew. And what happens is the minute they see one or two things not go right in your life, and you're accustomed to it. I know I was like, hey, winter's coming. It's all, you got to be prepared. Winter comes when you got a 9 to 5, and winter comes when you don't. Winter comes, things show up, life happens to where you can't always control every single aspect of everything you're going to run into. And the first thing people like that do is try to shove you into this corner of, see, that manifesting doesn't work. See, that belief system doesn't work. If it did, you'd be perfect all the time. You'd have everything you need and everything you wanted all the time. You get all your wishes all the time. And I'm like, I can see how you might try to argue that, but you do everything you're supposed to do, air quotes. And do you get everything you want all the time? Do you receive everything you want every time you desire it? Do you not have mishaps? Do you not have things that break down? Do you not have issues that are beyond your control that you have to solve? Does winter not come for you too? And if you are not careful and you sit around people or places and environments that shrink you and dim your light for way too long, you're going to lose a lot more than your time and your energy and peace. You lose the life blood, the hope, the expansion that's coursing through every aspect of your life, every aspect of your experience. If you don't have the hope, if you don't have the faith, then what's the point of even showing up? What's the point of even doing the work? Because we all know we can do the work 24/7. We can get the work done. I am excellent at getting the work done. All you got to do is pull up Amazon and see that I can get the work done. I can write novels from front to back, get them edited, have covers done. I mean, I can get the work done. If you dig a little deeper and run into my LinkedIn, you can look at my job and work history, and you'll be like, this girl can get the work done. You can check out the certificates and degrees and all that kind of stuff that we go, boldly dashing towards. And you're like, hey, she can get the work done. You can get the work done. But there is a much deeper aspect of that comes with your belief system, your values, your ideal for how you want this life to play out. And it's nestled in your hope. Hope is the very scaffolding that we build everything else on in our lives. If we don't hope for something better, if we don't hope for things to be improved, then what is the point of even doing the work to make the outcome happen? Hope and faith are necessary. That is the glimmer in your eyes. That is the pep in your step. That is the cheerful tone of your voice. It's the joy that follows you everywhere you go because deep down inside, you know, like, hey, it may not be here today, but everything is always working out for me. I know the creator that I serve. I know the creator that's in charge of all of this can make anything happen in divine timing. The worst thing that we can do in this life is to stop believing, it's to stop trusting, it's to stop hope, it's to stop the faith. Because without all of those things, everything else is just work. It's just one foot in front of the other. It's just patterns. It's just habits. It's just getting it done, going, showing up, putting on the clothing, putting on the makeup, getting in the car, driving in the parking lot, parking the car, going into the office, doing the job, having the lunch, pretending to do the job the second half of the day. I've sat in those places. I know it. Driving home, eating the dinner, watching the TV show, taking the shower, and going to bed. Rinse, repeat. Do it again. But when you have hope, when you have faith, you can be doing the exact same routine, but there will be a difference in it. You will nestle yourself into expansion that cannot be denied. You will show up in that same place, but you will outgrow an environment that's too small really quickly. You will outgrow doing the routine and showing up to the place. You will outgrow it and you will grow into even more expansion, even more abundance, even bigger roles, even more opportunities. So even if you do have to do those routines, and when I say have to, it's just mindset. Even if you do get to, even if you do feel you need to, even if you do know that, hey, I know if I show up there tomorrow, my bills will be paid at the end of the month. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all good. But how you show up is everything. Don't allow these people, places, and environments to strip away your hope. Don't allow yourself to sit in places for too long to where you don't even realize that you've been dimmed, that you've been shrunken, that you've been depleted in ways that it is more than some R&R, rest and relaxation, to get back. No, it's taken way too much time and energy to cultivate it. The decade of homeschooling and being with my girls and not working full-time jobs and winging it and allowing the universe to do what it do and show up how it show up, those were some of the best years of my life. And now the best ones are still ahead of me, don't get me wrong. And one of the biggest reasons why is because the level of faith and hope that I experienced in those moments cannot be duplicated, especially with two children in tow, especially doing it by yourself primarily. There's a belief system you have to have so that you're not anxious every day. You're not stressed out every day. You have to be willing to remove certain people from your environment. You have to be willing to not show up in certain places. You have to be willing to not stay in toxic spaces for too long. No matter how much you care about the people, no matter how much you love the person, no matter how much you enjoy the job, because it's taken away more than you can even imagine. And I'm going to wrap this up because I'll be honest, I planned on staying away from this channel a little bit longer to try to recalibrate and to get my mind back into the right space. But as divine timing goes, we don't always get to say how long that time is. And because this is something that is my purpose, something that I am called to, something that I am dedicated to on a different level than many other things that I do in my life, the 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 energy was ready to flow through me. The moment called, and all I could do was sit here and say, "Hey, I got a message. I got a message. Source energy is flowing through me, and I have something to share." Because I think so many people don't even realize that they've given up hope. They have lip service, they speak the words, they say the things, they write in a journal. But if you ask them, do they really believe and have they really given that power over to the creator? Have they really said, I've done all I can do? I've done the work and I know, like I know that these things are possible for me? Are they really tapped in like that? Have you lost hope?